Hello and welcome to this week's update. So today is I think it's the 12th. I'm a little bit late. Should have been done Wednesday, but it's been a bit of a busy week. And there's not too much information to give you this week, so it'll probably be a short one. Because I'm so used to it, I always forget I've got the pond running, so you might notice it's a bit quieter now. I turned the pond off, all the pumps and all the water running. I love it, but I just forget that it's there in the background on the video, and sometimes it can interfere with people when they're trying to listen. So I'll try and remember to turn it off each time. So moving on swiftly, the winner of the £5 D-Day coin, we pulled that one and it turned out to be Ken Alquist. Well done, Ken. £5 coin is on its way to you. The winner of the Jersey Churchill £2 coin, that turned out to be Dave Allen. Well done, Dave. That's on its way to you. And I thought I'd pull a cufflink winner just out of the blue. And the one that the random.org is the one I use. So I assign everybody a number, and then I just hit the button and it picks one. And the cufflinks were won by Will Harris. So well done, Will. Now, this week's YouTube comp. So the competition last week for YouTube, I said to you, leave us a comment, let us know what you think of the site. What I didn't sort of think about, I should have done really, but I didn't think about was the fact that what I was eliciting, essentially, was a load of ego stroking, which was lovely. Don't get me wrong, it was lovely that we got such a lot of really nice comments and about what people think of the site and so on. And I suppose on the one hand you might say, well, isn't that what you was expecting? I guess it was, but it's sort of at the same time, as the comments kept coming in, my head just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So let's bring me down a peg or two this week, if you wouldn't mind. So the comments that I specifically, you don't have to leave the comments that I specifically asked for. It's just that when I say, would you leave a comment specifically about so-and-so, it's because I'm trying to get your thoughts, your ideas, and so on. So this week, what I'd like you to do is, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like you to leave a comment that's, say, more negative than it is positive. I'm not asking you for any ego stroking. I'm not asking you to say how brilliant you think the site is and what a wonderful, sexy, handsome human being I am and all the rest of it. Don't need all that this week. What I need is my head making a little bit smaller. So I'd like you to give me a comment on either something that you don't particularly like, because there must be something about our site that everybody has something to go, I wish it wasn't like that, or I wish it was like this. So I'd like to know something that would be more negative. So for example, there was a comment from somebody that said they wish the login was in a different place. So there's a slightly negative comment. It's not negative because they're not saying anything bad against the site, but it's a negative comment in the sense that you've got somebody that thinks, I think it would be better or easier or whatever if this was there, for example. Now, some things, and I want this because I want to elicit some comments from you that are more about things that you're not happy with, things that might have browned you off a little bit, something that might have happened where it sort of ticked you off a bit, something that you'd like to see changed if possible, something that you'd like to suggest. How people have suggestion boxes and all that kind of thing. Here it is. So it doesn't have to be negative. I'm not asking you to say how wonderful the site is, basically. I'm asking you to say something that you would like changed, something you'd like to see different, something that you're not happy with. You might say, well, I had one of them posted issues, I'm not quite happy with that. Anything like that. So that what I want to do is to be able to look at those comments, because I do read personally every single comment that comes into YouTube. Now, I will apologise to the people on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, because I don't personally get a chance to read those comments. Maybe once in a blue moon I might go in and have a scan through and look at some comments, but really rarely, only because, quite honestly, I just don't get the time. Katie handles Twitter and Instagram. Morag handles Facebook. Tony helps out on Facebook. It's not Tony anymore, it's I'm so sorry, I forgot your name. That's embarrassing. But anyway, so you get what I'm trying to say. But as far as the YouTube comments are concerned, I do read each and every single one. And you know that I've read it because I'll put a thumbs up on it, and it's only me that looks at YouTube. So that's the one I keep to myself, and the rest is dealt with by other people. So I apologise that I don't get to read your comments. So if you leave messages specifically directed at me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, etc., chances are I'm not going to see it. If you want to leave a message for me and you want me to specifically read it, then YouTube is the place to leave a comment, because I tend to see them there every week. Or if you email in, of course, speak to John, TGBCH@outlook.com, and then he will always pass it on to me if it's something specifically I need. But if you want to make a comment for me to read, YouTube, that's the one I check. Okay, so that done. We've covered that and that. This week's YouTube comp. So I'm after a comment that says that perhaps you like something changed or something you're not happy with or whatever. Deflate my ego, because this week I was walking around with a head 2 foot wide. Now, what you'll get for that, so leave a comment, etc., and then next week we'll pull a winner, and that winner will get a free raffle ticket in the £25 draw. So you could end up winning 2.5 grand's worth of gear. So I figure that's a good little prize for the YouTube this week. Now, another little prize for YouTube this week is, if you are a subscriber of our YouTube, because I watch the YouTube, and because I look at the number of subscribers, so when I do a voucher code now, the voucher code has a limited number available, and the number is always determined by the number of subscribers. So every week, if the subscribers are going up, the number of vouchers available are going up. See what I mean? And this week we have 677 subscribers, so the voucher code will have 677 uses. Once they're all used, they're gone. And that's how we do it. I don't put an end date on it. I leave it without an end date. So if a YouTuber hasn't, or a YouTube subscriber hasn't used the voucher, and you've got a friend who collects coins and you want to give them that voucher code, if the code is still valid, they can use it. But there is only the number available for the YouTube subscribers. So there will always be YouTube subscribers that use the vouchers I put up, and there will always be some YouTube subscribers that don't. And so therefore those ones are going begging, if you like, until they're used up. So this week you've got 677 voucher codes available, and this week you can have £9 off if you spend £32.70 or more. That's simple. £32.70, put in the voucher code, you'll get £9 off. And the voucher code this week is 3270. 3270. That's all you got to put in, those numbers. 3270, then click apply. Don't put 3270 space, put 3270, click apply, and that will give you £9 off if you spend £32.70 or more. So that's that one. Little thing I'm going to do, so going back to the YouTube subscribers, so another little thing that I do is every now and again I'll catch a few people out. I want to see how many people are actually watching their subscriptions, because when you're a subscriber, what happens is you get I'll upload another video, and then you'll get a notification saying Ian's uploaded another video. So you can go and click on it and you can see it and you can get the information before anybody else. Also, every now and again, I'll just put a little video up, only be a couple of minutes, a minute, something like that. And I'll just say for YouTube subscribers. And then when one of those goes up, it is a special deal only for YouTube subscribers. Again, you can't stop anyone else using it. So again, I'll put that up for YouTube subscribers. There'll be an exact amount for the YouTube subscribers. I won't advertise that anywhere else. And and so the YouTube subscribers click on that video, listen to what they've got to do or the voucher code, and off they go and they have it. Now, I will give you a bit of advance warning though. This week I am going to put up a just for subscribers, and I'm going to give away £5 in the raffle section. So the YouTube subscribers will be able to use that £5 voucher on anything they want in the raffle section. You can use it by buying 5 £1 ones, you can buy a £2 and a pound, you can buy a £5 one, you can buy a £10 one and add £5 to it, and so on. You can use it on what you like in the raffles, but it will only be available in the raffle section, and it will only be given to the YouTubers sometime over the next few days. That's what I'll let you know, over the next few days. So if you are a YouTube subscriber, watch out for that one. Over the next few days, you've got free £5 worth of raffle tickets coming your way. And I will only give the code out for that in that YouTube video. If you're not a YouTube subscriber and you would like to get that free £5, all you got to do is be a YouTube subscriber. So click on the video and click on the button that subscribes, and it's as simple as that. And then our number of subscribers go up, number of voucher codes go up, and on it goes. So that's what we're after this week, if that's okay with you. I have put a video up regarding the puddle duck. I will mention that briefly here. in that we had a response back from the Royal Mint regarding the puddle duck, and essentially the Royal Mint say, I was worried about the fact, as you were, that they minted them in 2016 and 2018, and in 18 they still did it with a 2016 date, which I consider to be a bit naughty. There seems to be some confusion and discussion as to whether the Mint are allowed to do it. Some people think they're allowed to do it, and have said in their comments, over 3 years. So that just sort of makes a mockery of it to me. And anyway, so there's been a little bit of communication there. I've put up a separate video just dealing with that puddle duck issue. So if you're interested in that, have a look at that. And it's quite important because the Mint have responded and said that they not only made them in 16 and 18, but they made them in 17 as well, because their letter said they made them from 16 through to 18, which means they made them in 16, 17 and 18, but they put a 16 date on all of them. I think that's a little bit on the naughty side, because when you get those coins and you look at the date on a coin, you assume, quite rightly, it was struck in that date. And that leads to a lot of distrust. So there's been some emails going backwards, not emails, letters going backwards and forwards to me in a Mint. I've done a video for the puddle duck one. I'll let you know what happens with some of the other correspondence that's gone off to them. Now, moving on to Change Checker a little bit. I know some of you are wondering what's been going on there. There isn't too much news to give you, apart from, you could say, bit of breaking news, I guess. One thing I didn't expect, I had a bit of a conversation with Change Checker over the last couple of days, and my email was passed on and passed on and passed on. Anyway, yesterday I got contacted by Ian Glenn, which is the MD of 288 Group, and he agrees that we've been locking horns for quite some time, and would like to address it and have a meeting and so on. So at the moment we're looking for a meeting in August, possibly have a phone call off him and we can have a chat, maybe get to know each other to start off with on Monday. I'll let you know how that goes. I don't know at the moment what the outcome of that is likely to be, could be, or anything like that. But I do know at least, and he's coming across as a really nice, polite and professional person. Even though I go off at tangents a bit, as you know, he still comes across as a very nice, polite person, and he comes across as a person that actually, you know, wants to take our troubles and deal with them, and maybe put it all to bed so we can move on. He's certainly right about the fact that any arguments between me and them, or anyone really, even the arguments between us and the Mint, or us and 288 Group or whatever, don't do the customers any favours. He's definitely right about that. Apart from, I think, the fact that we've ended up having this argument could end up benefiting the customers, hopefully. So, we'll wait and see what happens there, eh? But the thought of actually getting to a point where we can sit down round a table, share a cup of coffee and have a proper chat and a chinwag instead of lots of complaints and argy-bargy by emails and one thing and another, that I would be absolutely grateful for and looking forward to. I don't particularly want to spend the rest of my career in coins fighting. I just need to stand up every now and again. I'm one of those type of people, but I do want to put it to bed, sit down, let's sort it out. So I'll let you know what happens in that respect. I've just been reminded I do have another one of those embarrassing moments where I have to hold my hands up and say I'm really sorry that I led you up the garden path. It's with the points. I've tried to make the points not confusing. Try to make it nice and easy. So essentially, if you pay us by bank transfer, you end up getting 20 times the points, which is 20% back. If you don't, then you get about 11% back by paying normally. So that's out the points. But when you use a voucher code, say you use a voucher code for 25 quid and you spend 40 quid. So you spend 15 quid over and above your voucher code. I actually thought, and I haven't really paid that much attention to it, I thought it automatically gave you the points on the extra 15 quid. I know it doesn't give you any points on the code itself. So when you cash in £25 of points, and you get a voucher for 25 quid and you spend that voucher, it won't give you any points whatsoever on that 25 quid. But I thought it did give you points on the 15 or whatever you spend over and above the voucher code. It doesn't give you any points on that. However, if you've chosen to pay by bank transfer, then you will get the 9 times points on the amount. So for example, and let's make it easy, you cash in a £25 voucher, you use that and you spend 35 quid, you've paid £10 extra over and above the voucher. If you pay that £10 by credit card, you don't get any points. If you pay that £10 by bank transfer, you will automatically get 90 points, 9 times 10, 90 points. So if you are paying extra, it's always better to pay us by bank transfer. Now, the one thing that I would ask, please, I would ask, I have noticed a couple of people, they'll come along and say, buy a 50p ticket in the 50p raffle and then pay for that with their card. So it comes through as a sale and someone's paid 50p. Please understand, whatever you want to spend, you spend, and at the end of the day, there's no facility for us to stop that. But understand it's quite costly. So for example, if you paid 30p over the voucher code, we probably wouldn't get that 30p because it'd be taken up in costs, because we'd get charged more than 30p for the transaction, probably for the credit card transaction. So when somebody pays 10p or 20p, we're actually paying more than that for the fee to transact the flipping credit card payment or debit card payment or whatever. So it is better if it's like a couple of quid or more, you know what I mean? So if you're going to pass by bank transfer, please, or by card or whatever, try and make it a couple of quid or more. And if you're going to pay it by bank transfer, try your best not to make it less than a fiver. And I only say that because, again, although we're circumventing the cost of the credit card company and we're giving you something back for that, at the same time, there is a cost involved to us for every single transaction that goes into our bank. So we don't want to be in a position where we're paying, I don't know, you pay us 20p by bank and we're actually paying 25p per transaction or something silly like that. So try and make the bank payments a fiver and try and make it at least a couple of quid if you're going over in order to pay by card. That will be helpful. Obviously I can't force you to do that, but that would just be helpful. All right, thanks a lot for that one. Just know that there is nothing I can do about that, about the fact that when you pay over and above a voucher, say you pay an extra £10 and it doesn't give you the points on that, there's nothing I can do about it. There's no way I can override it. It's not that I'm not wanting to, I just can't override it. It's nothing, the system doesn't allow me. But the only thing I can do, like I say, is if you pay by bank transfer, you'll at least get 9 times the points. So that's something there. And that's about it. I would say that's about it for now. If you want to win a pair of cufflinks, go and have a look at that cufflink video. It's Ian advertising the cufflinks. That's me in his pink shirt. So have a look at that. You'll see some of the cufflinks, and also leave a comment on there. And every now and again, I will be picking somebody off of that video and that video alone comment section, and I'll be saying, hey, how would you like a nice set of cufflinks? They're on their way. Somebody's already won a pair, and they were delivered this morning, and I believe I just saw a notification come up to say that he's very happy and he's received them. So go and have a look and check out the comment. He's the first person in the world to own a James Bond 10p pair of cufflinks. That's what he won. That's what we sent him. He got sent BB James Bond, and I thought they looked quite tasty myself. Great for any James Bond fan, really. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much. My name's Ian. This is www.thegreatbritishcoinhunt.com. If you want the link to the playlist that gives you all of our videos, you just simply type in www.tinyurl.com/TGBCH bids, BIDS. That's all you've got to type in, and it will take you straight to the playlist of all the Great British Coin Hunt videos. That's it, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.